The military can now put voices into people's heads. You can make people do things, and that's very easy. I could do it. I could do it to you in less than 3 days.
So such as assassins?
I could turn you into an assassin in less than 3 days.
So this led me to dig deeper. I first wanted to confirm, without a doubt, was this voice-to-skull technology real? And if so, how did it work? I soon learned that if the average American took the time to look at documents via the Freedom of Information So this led me to dig deeper. I first wanted to confirm, without a doubt, was this voice-to-skull technology real? And if so, how did it work? I soon learned that if the average American took the time to look at documents via the Freedom of Information Act and the Library of Congress and Patent Office, they would be horrified at what is openly admittedly being tested, tried, and written about in their very own country and on their very own fellow Americans.
Dr. Joseph Sharp and Alan Fry experimented with microwaves seeking to transmit spoken words directly into the audio cortex. Dr. Fry, a biophysicist at GE's Advanced Electronics Center, Cornell University, and a contractor for the Office of Naval Research, discovered in 1958 that the auditory system responds to electromagnetic energy and appeared to originate from within or near the back of the head. Fry's work in this field gave rise to the so-called Fry effect, which is now more commonly referred to as microwave hearing.
In ordinary sound perception, sound that goes into the ear canal gets amplified by the small bones in the middle ear and then gets to the inner ear where the cochlea resides, and in the cochlea is converted to electrical impulse. But in the case of a microwave auditory effect, is the source is electromagnetic. So if you expose the biological tissue to a pulse of microwave energy, the tissue expands and induces a vibration. Instead of going through the middle ear, the microwave-induced vibration gets propagated to the inner ear directly.
Renowned author and speaker Nick Begich cites more than 30 patents that show mind control is possible. Begich used this infrasound device to demonstrate on me.
I can hear it when you press it to my skin, but not when you take it off.
Right. And so it's almost like it's right in the center of your head.
And you can do that even if you weren't touching my skin?
Not with this device, but if I were using a microwave carrier at a distance, we could achieve the same thing.
And something that I worked on, and I'm not proud of, but it's called the Voice of God weapon. There are 4 different technologies that can pipe voices into an individual's head. You're rewiring their thought processes and brains.
There are scientists that have come forth high up within the ranks of this research who have said, we've already used this. We use this to get them to drop their weapons by saying, drop your weapons, this is Allah.
They used it, I believe, in the Gulf War to tell the enemy at that time, lay down your guns, this is Allah. And it worked pretty well, because hearing voices which have no direction or sound, you have to assume that it's some spiritual entity. So it works pretty well.
And so when I aim it towards you, what you hear is made right next to your ears. So again, this idea of being able to put sound anywhere you want to is really starting to catch on. We've got the military had just deployed some of these into Iraq, where you can put fake troop movements a quarter of a mile away on a hillside. Or you can whisper in the ear of a supposed terrorist some biblical verse. I'm serious. We make a version of this which puts out 155 decibels. Pain is 120. So it allows you to go nearly a mile away and communicate with people, and there can be a public beach just off to the side and they don't even know it's turned on. We sell those to the military presently for about $70,000, and they're buying them as fast as we can make them.
then? Well, you have to understand what's happening. The military-industrial complex, they kind of figured out if you just go to a country and you blow the country to pieces, then you got to go in there and you have to rebuild everything you destroyed. They said there's got to be a better way to do this so that we can just go in there and we can just defeat the minds of the individuals, keep them from fighting us, and we don't have to destroy the infrastructure. We don't blow anything up anymore. We just go in there, turn these machines on, and force these people that would normally oppose us to be so sick that they just can't get up and do that. Make everybody so ill that they can't get out of bed and make a war. And so this is the future of warfare.
Wow. Okay, so the technology exists, but could it actually be being used on people like Nick Cruz to encourage these shootings?
We need to take note of how many other previous mass shooters have made similar claims about hearing voices and dig a little deeper to see, have there been other mass shooters who have complained of the same issue? The answer is a resounding yes. Now coincide this with the fact that most of you probably know Richie from Boston. His channel was taken down recently for a bit, and it had to do with his video regarding what? Targeted individuals. Targeted individuals represent an umbrella name for people who are victims of these multiple forms of harassment, whether it be voice to skull or actual microwave weapons that are coming into the home.
YouTuber Richie from Boston also had previously come out and shared that he had been attacked with these microwave weapons.
I never talk about it because I never wanted to give the people the satisfaction to know that their techniques or whatever they were doing were working. But what was happening to me is in the middle of the night at the exact same time, every time I would wake up and my entire body would be vibrating, like there was electricity going through it. My heart would be racing. And certain other times, my skin would become hot to the touch, like somebody was holding a magnifying glass on it under the sun. That's electronic harassment. That is telling you to shut up.
Now, if any of you think, but what is it? What is... But what is, 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 but what is,
told to be aggressive and move forward while holding large weapon-like objects, throw them down and run away like little kids. This active denial system is proof of one form of silent, invisible microwave weapon technology. It is fully operational and already in use today. It can be targeted to an individual person or blanketing an entire area.
They're bragging about it. They're bragging about it for crowd control, dispersion, but what is stopping them from using it covertly on Americans right now? Apparently nothing.
While the technology to cast voices into people's heads has been around since the 50s, the ability to cast voices into a particular person's head anywhere, anytime in the world is a newer technology. Electronic surveillance weapon specialist Roger Tulsis explains how.
What they do is they go and get your garbage in front of your house and get your DNA. And then once they've got your DNA sequence, they can then go to a supercomputer and they can biocode directed energy attacks that will only go and bioresonate with your body. So that three people can be standing right next to you and nobody's going to feel the harassment except you because these signals are biocoded to your body's tuning only.
Now imagine if you had these types of weapons assaulting you in your own home, preventing sleep, causing extreme pain and unwanted negative emotions.
Okay, I want to show you, family. Look. High radiation detected. See, it keeps going in and out as I move it. On this wall right here by my bed. This is my bed. This is my bed, and this is where I receive the most of my attacks. It says, high radiation detected. As I move away, it's picking up levels in here. The phone is pointing outside the window. Nothing, no reading from outside. And when you go up against this wall, boom, very high levels of radiation.
Now accompany that by public gang stalking, as well as actual voices telling you awful things in your own head. Sadly, this is not a fictitious Hollywood movie plot. This is happening to some say tens or even hundreds of thousands of Americans right now. Surprisingly, ex-President Obama established holding an annual open committee of bioethics. Here's what one doctor who spoke there had to say about the reality of the situation.
MK Ultra radiation experiments mostly were done without informed consent. They were funded by the DoD and intelligence agencies in the community. We are seeing an alarming rate of complaints of use of electromagnetic weapons, microwave auditory effects, silent sound spectrum, EEG cloning, which has taken the lab out of the laboratory and into the home. Most of these, from the research that we reviewed, can be done remotely. It seems to be more weapons research than medical research. I personally corresponded with upwards of 1,500 victims, all complaining of identical complaints from every state in the nation of being exposed to electromagnetic radiation for the use of cognitive control or behavior control.
Thank you. When it comes to thinking of Nick Cruz, I mean, if he actually heard these voices in his head telling him how to do it, you know, I would think, well, gosh, just because I heard something in my head, it just telling him how to do it, you know,
or behavior control.
Thank you. When it comes to thinking of Nick Cruz, I mean, if he actually heard these voices in his head telling him how to do it, you know, I would think, well, gosh, just because I heard something in my head, it doesn't mean I would go through with it. But you have to understand the deep levels of torture that many of these victims are having. It's hard to know what these people hear because no one else can hear it. No one can record this. So to find out the kind of things that were said to them, I did find this man named Tivon Rivers. He's a cryptologic technician. He had high security clearance in the military before he became a victim of this harassment program. He since has been very outspoken about their methodology since he moved to a remote location in another country to deter their attacks. He specifically suffered with the voice to skull. Here's what he had to say about the kinds of things that they would say into his head.
It's the shock and awe of this weapons platform. When you're hit with it, you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on with me. And there you are. You're tracked 24/7.
Now that we've defined what V2K is, can you describe your experience with it?
These signals, when it hits the skull, the apparition are voices. So someone's on the other end speaking a string of sentences that only you, the target, can hear.
What kinds of things do they say?
For lack of a better word, quite frankly, demonic. And I think, by the way, these scripts vary. They vary from person to person. I believe these scripts are to destroy the person on all levels so that they have a mental breakdown. So for me, the intelligence would be the following sentences. You're a spy. You are a traitor. Someone needs to kill you and take you out. Or sometimes they'll say in the third person, someone needs to take this person out. I think a lot of people who are experiencing V2K, by the way, are threatened regularly with their lives about each day they're going to be dead.
Yeah.
Or they're going to die in their sleep.
I found dozens and dozens of YouTubers who have been suddenly diagnosed with schizophrenia, but whose forms of symptoms perfectly match the torture programs of psychotronic weaponry that targeted individuals describe. They detail the voice to skull, with the voices often telling them that they should fear for their lives or hurt others. They describe having their thoughts read through these EEG weapons. As well, they describe the painful effects of microwave weaponry to their bodies. There is no telling how many are walking around with a false diagnosis of schizophrenia, but who are actually targeted. In some cases, the controllers seem to want them to stay on their meds. Could this be medical research as well? Some estimate
and leave the
do not want to have the tables turned and become targeted themselves, which is exactly what happened to this whistleblower who worked in the TI system for years before his conscience caused him to speak out.
So everything that's done by this program is meant to have a psychological effect so that they are brought to a place in their life where they're isolated, they're broke, they're unemployed, they have no family, they have no friends, and nobody in the general public can track or trace anything that's being done to them because the technology is remote and it's wireless, and there's usually no physical signs left on the individual that anything is being done to them. They are specifically instructed, you know, do not slash anyone's tires. Don't vandalize their house. That is not the point of the program. The point of the program is to have maximum psychological effect and leave the minimal amount of evidence. When I decided to blow the whistle and this technology was turned against me, a massive organized stalking efforts was launched against me. And due to my training, I recognize the tactics that are used.
Well, what sort of things are you getting, V2K? What kind of things are they telling you?
The main one that they repeat all the time is, be quiet or we're going to kill you. Stuff to try to turn people against each other. They're trying to turn me against former employers, people I used to work with, family members, friends, people I'm meeting online, and it's just a constant 24/7 back and forth. Don't trust this person. Do trust that person. Don't you dare try to work again or we're going to kill you. Don't you dare try to contact this person or we're going to kill you. And so you can start to see how psychologically this is going to have an effect on someone very, very quickly.
This is Aaron Alexis, armed with a sawed-off shotgun.
Now that you know the details of this program and what these targeted individuals go through, I'd like to take a little deeper look at these shooters.
And today, the first official explanation of why.
Was a mentally unstable individual.
This shotgun is the primary murder weapon.
On it, he etched a number of carvings, which I believe forced the media to have to cover his claims of being targeted.
Including End to the Torment, Better Off This Way.
And he also wrote my ELF weapon, ELF standing for extremely low frequencies. These are the types of frequencies that are being sadistically used against targeted individuals.
Alexis had been hearing voices and believed he was being bombarded by microwaves.
Alexis told police he believed that there were two men and a woman and that they were, quote, using a microwave machine to send vibrations through the ceiling, penetrating his body so he could not sleep, unquote. And he told police that he never felt anything like this, that he had no history of mental illness in his family. He felt the individuals would harm him.
The attack came without warning, as seen on this airport surveillance video coming into view from the left. 26-year-old Esteban Santiago pulls out his pistol and opens. The attack came without warning, as seen on this airport surveillance video.
This road unfolding, it's what I chose. I can hear the echo in the fire. I can let go, I can let go. This road unfolding, it's what I chose. I can hear the echo in the fire. I can let go, I can let go. I need me. Wind down, finally free. Wound up. Anxiety, till I exit society. Why do we keep trying? How high must we? Am I in too deep? Only losing sleep. Choosing to see heights when I don't believe. Something out of sight ever. This road unfolding, it's what I chose. I can hear the echo in the fire. I can let go, I can let go. This road unfolding, it's what I chose. I can hear the echo in the fire. I can let go, I can let go. And I'm here right now, but I wasn't before. The fear wouldn't allow, but it's not in my car. Stay clear of doubt, thank God that I caught myself in the summertime. It was before the fall. I This road unfolding, it's what I chose. In a lifetime of hold that thought, molded into soul out of the cold and brought, couldn't be told until taught. Effortlessly bold, I'm caught, capture the moment, a rapture alone. I fought to adapt to my dome. Who would have known it was the home I sought? I saw an omen of the time I bought, spending lyrics cause I ought to empirically, speaking umbilically, corded to the source that I was seeking in an orphanage of fear. Northern hemisphere, legend alternative ear. I was stuck in the stone until the tone of the words held dear stood alone. I would have known that fortune is in here, had I treasured the orchard, embedded in torture, the earth scorched. Whenever I'm ready to be cautious, no torches. I relay verse, won't erase cause I delay first. It's what I chose. I relay verse, won't erase cause I delay first. No torches. I relay verse, won't erase cause I delay first. This road unfolding, it's what I chose. I can hear the echo in the fire. I
sun. Come meet the man who fell to earth from where I don't remember. In space they don't pretend things hurt. Her name warm like the winter sun.
organizes what works, what tools work to break the system. They're organizing what tools and methodologies work to break us.